Today, the overall unstable nature of the gas business is adding a little confusion to the gas tax hike. For businesses like here at Pump and Pack, bulk prices jumped by a dime overnight. It's been 26 years since Gateway headquartered its worldwide computer business in North Sioux City. The economic impact is still being felt today.
The problem, though, that some people come back with is somebody that has a mental health problem or is suicidal isn't going to be going to a doctor.
Folks want a doer, not a talker.
Yet I know last week I saw only 3% of the Republicans in your home state had you listed as their first choice. In the first round, there was money available to try to help producers get back on their feet. That's not going to be there the second time. But these folks are already in our country, Governor. They're not ones trying to come in. They're ones that have been here for years. So it was more than just a crossing. It was actual meeting.
There's never been this level of energy.
And he's in it to win it. And when you have a competitor in it to win it, you never, ever count them out.
Have you done the straw poll yet?
It's not the Iowa straw poll, but folks in Plymouth County are okay with that.
The Iowa straw poll has a lot of people bust in, and it tends to reflect how organized a candidate is and how much cash they have up front. This is just a spontaneous poll.
And it's something Republicans in the county have been doing for decades. Don Cass has helped organize the last 24 polls on candidates or issues. This year, it's been tough for even him to keep track of the candidates.
We have 16. One has announced since then. So Governor Gilmore of Virginia has since announced. But we didn't get time to print that.
All right, what's your name?
Rick Santorum supporters had more than printed materials to impress voters with on Friday. The former Pennsylvania senator walked the grounds, and although trailing by a wide margin so far this year nationally, the 2012 Iowa caucus winner is more than a carnival sideshow here.
4 years ago, I was at the same place in the polls as I am now. We got 16, 17 candidates. People haven't made up their mind. They're still shopping. And so I feel very good. Just give us time.
Results from the Plymouth County straw poll won't be official until Monday. But if you hang out near the ballot box, there are as many opinions as there are blue ribbons being handed out during Fair Week.
I would do Trump.
We voted for Bobby Jindal. My husband and I both did.
Jeb Bush.
I got my T-shirt that shows I'm a Donald Trump fan.
Frankly, the buzz regarding Mr. Trump has been quite high. We've had a lot of people walk up and ask to vote for and for material for Mr. Trump. Now, there has been enthusiasm for other candidates, but frankly, the overarching enthusiasm has thus far been for Mr. Trump.
Let's see, where are we at? Oh, yeah.
Oh. Again, I've been chairman for 24 years, and there's never been this level of energy.
I'd suggest you get to the fair and cast your ballot. The box is open until 7 tonight. Grab a corn dog while you're there. When most folks talk about the Winnebago tribe of Nebraska, the beat of ceremonial drums or slot machine success are probably most often mentioned. But camouflaged by these stereotypical activities is Ho-Chunk Incorporated, the economic development division of the tribe, and it's making plenty of noise on its own.
The gaming dollars were the first real income that we had. Let's put it into alternative businesses and investments, and let's figure out a way to sort of create an economic model or base for our community.
It was 1994 when the Winnebago tribe breathed life into Ho-Chunk Inc. A year later, Lance Morgan was hired to guide the unique economic tribal venture.
You know, I said, hey, let's form this corporation and let's go forth and multiply.
Working to fix problems on the reservation was first on Morgan's agenda. And thanks to investments by Ho-Chunk, the unemployment rate has dropped from roughly 65% to just 15%.
It's still got a ways to go, but you see signs of the growing prosperity there everywhere.
Morgan told me initially it took 6 months to find a bank to do business with. Ho-Chunk now has part ownership in 2 banks, and a third is in the works. Times have changed. A bid to own Sioux City's land-based casino.
It was the first time really in 20 years that we poked our head up and said hello.
And the purchase of the Terra Center, now the Ho-Chunk Center, helped raise local awareness. From a factory home builder in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, to government contracting based in Omaha, Ho-Chunk's portfolio is global, with more than 25 companies doing business in 11 states and 5 foreign countries, including Iraq, where personnel hired by Ho-Chunk assisted with the certification and passage of the new Iraqi constitution. Last year, Ho-Chunk showcased revenues of more than $260 million with assets of more than $100 million.
Now that we have the capital and the structure, really the sky's the limit for us in terms of what we can do.
So how does Sioux City benefit from Ho-Chunk's growth? I asked Siouxland Chamber President Chris McGowan.
They're investing an enormous amount of capital, they're creating jobs, and the jobs they're creating are paying good wages. So they're all very, very positive for our Siouxland community.
It's been 26 years since Gateway headquartered its worldwide computer business in North Sioux City. The economic impact is still being felt today. By headquartering Ho-Chunk's multinational operation in Siouxland, Lance Morgan says the company someday could deliver the same 1-2 punch.
Terra was headquartered here, Gateway was headquartered here, IBP was headquartered here, and all three of those are gone. And if we can get those people to stay here or give them the opportunity rather than moving to Des Moines or Sioux Falls or Omaha, then I think we have a chance of really evolving, but the community has to give them the amenities they need.
And Morgan thinks Ho-Chunk can do that as well. Real estate is Morgan's latest target, making multiple purchases in Siouxland, including a pair of buildings on Virginia Street, the new front door to downtown.
Those will help draw in some of the people that we need. People understand what we are a little bit better now in terms of what we're trying to accomplish and the good that we can do.
Just like the names and dates etched on headstones stretching from Arlington National Cemetery to Sioux City's Graceland Cemetery, America's greatest generation is fading, taking with them the stories that only they know.
It's that kind of a day, you know. So
We
anyway,
can't control the weather, so.
yeah.
Kermit Lee and Bob Derflinger both served in World War II. Neither faced live combat, but their sacrifices helped end the conflict.
Maybe I didn't have the biggest part in service, but I still feel good about it.
Think of that as the best 4 years of my life. I didn't see a lot of hardships like some people did, but it always made me feel proud.
Now, members of American Legion Post 662 in Sergeant Bluff, this pair says Veterans Day is the perfect time to share their memories. A farmer, Kermit was sowing oats the day that his draft card showed up in the mail.
And when that draft card came, I just snapped like that. I said, well, I'm going the way I went. April 2nd, 1942.
When I was in college.
In March of 43, Bob was a student at Iowa Teachers College.
I was at the Paramount Theater in Waterloo going to a show. They stopped the movie and came out on the stage and announced that Pearl Harbor had been bombed.
At age 18, school was on hold.
I knew that eventually I was going to be drafted, and I decided that now's the time. I can always go to school.
Combined, the men served about 7 years.
I don't talk too much about what happened then. On Veterans Day, I think back, yes. The rest of the time, it's put away.
In the Army, Bob stayed stateside, training medics for active duty. Kermit finished his service in the Philippine Islands in the 1039th Air Material Squadron of the Air Force.
32 months overseas. We were together that whole time, so we had a lot of good memories, but they're all gone. I'm the only one left.
There are not too many left, Tim. I think the biggest connection we have is with our Legion.
Good to share those memories, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
Memories.
Well, I'd be happy to talk to them about it.
These men hope today's generation won't forget.
I've had school kids come to me and ask about different things, and I kind of enjoy reminiscing about, refreshing my memory about all the good and the bad.
They don't have any idea.
And while times do change, officials with the National World War II Museum estimate that by 2036, there will be no living veterans of World War II left to recount their experiences.
Recognition for veterans seems to be more today than it was 20 years ago.
That's my opinion.
Making this week in communities large and small.
Something that should be honored by everyone.
You excited, looking forward to Veterans Day?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Is it good to see the whole town come out on Veterans Day?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Take some pictures and have our firing squad go, you know.
Making sure to honor the sacrifice so many give today and all those years ago.
Whenever Veterans Day comes along, it makes me feel proud that I was able to serve.
It's a privilege that we had a chance to be there.